Hello,
Hello.
Ashma ma'am. Hello.
I'm here.
Okay, we'll start now.
Okay, sounds good.
Swaraj,
Yes, sir.
please start.
A very good afternoon to all. Before we start our webinar today, I would like you to request all to keep your videos and mic off. And you can post your questions in the comment box with your name during the lecture. The question will be answered in the end depending upon the availability of the time. Thank you. Respected guests and my dear friends, I, Swaraj Panchabuddhe, officer of SP Naurozji Wadia, student chapter, welcome you to this interactive session on job search and preparedness. As we all know, the COVID 19 pandemic has a large negative impact on economic activity. Labor markets and employments are particularly impacted with unemployment soaring and waxing post falling. One key is how workers react to this crisis and search for new jobs. Searching for a job can be time consuming and overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Before you start scanning job everywhere and filling numerous amount of application, there are steps you can take to highlight your expertise, focus on your areas and work accordingly. Today at our session, our honorable guest will leave you informed and geared up for your job seeking opportunities. Guest for today's session is Mrs. Ashma Saldanha. Currently, she works as a customer service representative for a logistic firm. She completed her bachelor's in geology and master's in petroleum technology. After completing her master, she worked as LWD engineer at Baker Hughes from 2008 to 2010. She also worked as junior geologist at INP Qatar in 2012 before working as a product engineering for Bates in the year 2014 and 15. We had a privilege of working as the assistant professor at our department during 2013 and 14. Apart from geology, she has advanced and diploma in Spanish language in the year 15 and 16 and worked as a Spanish teacher for 3 years. Today we are overwhelmed to have you as our guide for this session. And now I request Mrs. Ashma Saldana to address our keen listener.
Hi, everybody. Can you see me? Or can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you, we
Okay.
can see you.
Okay. So, I'm happy to be able to share something with you regarding what I have experienced through my years of my career with the oil industry. And thank you, Swaraj, for such a wonderful introduction that you, pre-introduction. You did mention a lot of things that uh, what is what everybody is facing currently. So it leaves me with little to say. And I just want to ask each one of you, how ready are you really to start to take on a job? So I have prepared something really small, and as we go through uh, this session, we'll see that it gets a little more interactive, and I would prefer and I would really like if you participate and give your bit. Oh, it's taking time to load. It's true. You see me sitting in a sweater here because currently it's snowing outside, and I'm a little fed up of the snow, but that's how it is. Uh, I'm currently based out of Ontario, which is a province in Canada. I don't know why this presentation is not loading to share. Oh, I see, not responding.
I think it's taking time because we have a lot of participants now.
Does it normally take this long?
No.
Okay, let me cancel and try to share again.
Yes.
It's not even allowing me to cancel. So no.
I'll suggest you to close that presentation, then again open it and then try and share.
Okay. Okay. While this technical error is fixed, I just wanted to hear from some of you of how it is moving from in presence, like in class learning, to online learning. Do you prefer it, or do you prefer going back to college? If any of you could answer or just share what you feel.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, and just say your name so that at least I know who I'm listening to.
I am Karminder Kaur.
Okay, hi.
My view is that we should go back to college.
Yeah, what do you find challenging in online learning?
It's very the distraction is more in online. When we are in class, we have whole concentration on what teacher is teaching us.
Right. Okay. I find the same. I really don't prefer working from home, but we are in a very strict lockdown at the moment. So I've been working from home in the last 2 weeks. So yeah. Okay. You know what? Thanks, Karminder. Just want to say, Sagar, I think I need to restart the session.
We can try one more thing. If you send me the presentation, I'll try to share it from my side and you can speak. You'll just have to ask me to change the slide.
Okay. No, but
We'll
my
try
Chrome
that.
is not working. My Chrome is not working.
Okay.
It's just stalled. Is it possible for me to rejoin and then
Yes.
does
Leave the meeting and join it again. No problem. You can
okay?
close down it.
Sorry, guys.
No,
I'll
it's
be
okay.
back.
It's fine. It's okay.
Okay, I'm back in. So I'm going to try sending you my presentation, but I will also share it. Anybody else has anything to say about online and just coming back to in-person learning? Or or not even that. Any of the what do you face? What challenges are you facing right now with your job search? It could just be comments.
I think very few of them are currently hunting for job since they are still in their third semester or first semester. Some of the TY based students are also there, and I think they can
Okay.
talk more about how this
But they could be searching for an
online.
internship.
Yes, yes, yes. Surely, it has been difficult.
Fine.
Yes, they can talk about that. Yes, guys, please speak up.
Okay, Sagar, I've sent it to you. I will try to share it now. Does anybody want to say anything or comment on what you're facing, even to apply for an internship, or if you're interested in getting some field experience, hands-on experience of what you're studying in college? Okay, so should I take it that everybody's okay and doesn't want to say anything? Then we can go ahead with the presentation. All right.
I have downloaded it. Just a minute. I'll share it now.
Oh, you're going to share it?
Yes. Are you able to share?
Okay.
If yes, then that is fine.
Seems like, but okay, you share it better. It's better that I think you share it, because then
Is it there on the screen?
Yep.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So this is basically just an ready to apply for jobs. I mean, the job is the final goal, but what are the steps that you can undertake through your years of college, through your years of masters, to better prepare yourself to stand out from the rest? Because everybody's graduating, right? But what makes you unique, and how you can be that one who the company finally looks for. Sagar, can we go to the next slide? So here, am I ready? Am I ready to do? I know we've taken up Petrotech, and just to be very honest, the industry used to be a very lucrative, very high-paying industry. It's something in the past. Right now, with the scenarios, people have pay cuts. People have they don't get paid when they're off work. They are getting a reduced day rate. So it's not as rosy as it used to be, but it still is a very niche industry. And to be very honest, I had a lot of passion. I wanted to be a geologist in the oil industry. And but to be a geologist, I had to do other kind of other jobs to understand um my final goal, or to understand what could bring me to my final goal. Okay, so there's like the willingness to do anything, to start off anywhere. Um, for example, I can give an example right now. Um, this is a very personal example of me today. I've moved to a new country with my family, and we have no, I mean, there's no financial backing, no support. So we had to start anywhere. So I took up this job in a warehouse. You know, a warehouse is like uh, you know what a warehouse is, right? So anyway, where they labeled Amazon boxes because Amazon required some specific labeling. So all I used to do is labeling boxes and putting them on the pallets. Okay, this is how I started, and but I didn't stop my job search because I knew that I had to get somewhere. So I continued to job search even when I was doing this job in the warehouse. And to my fortune, I did get a job in the office as a customer service representative, and that's where I'm working right now. But I haven't. I'm. I haven't stopped my link or my connections with people, and so in the future, I may get back to the oil industry, but I needed to start somewhere, so I took up what I had. So with the scenario now, you may even have to volunteer. I know volunteering is not something very feasible for everybody. Everybody has different uh, needs, like finances, family needs. So it depends. I could not volunteer. So I had to take up any job that I got and then proceed from there. So in this, I just want to say that, there are so many options with which it doesn't have to be a mud logger. It doesn't have to be an MWD engineer to begin with. Okay, it can be. Uh, there are a lot of people who look for data entry. I would say data entry jobs. It just sounds uh, a very simple job to do, but from there you can get somewhere. And so, in all this, what are the things that you may need to keep updated all the time? Do I have my CV updated? I would say it's a pain. This getting the CV updated, trying to find the right look for the CV is a headache. Okay, but it has to be done because you have to stand out. Another example is, some of the things that you have to have ready is to have a passport. So apparently there was a student, I think it was a senior to year, who got a call for a job in the Middle East, but he had no passport ready. And because when they want somebody quick. They don't have time to wait to get you your passport and things like that. So these things, make sure you have them ready in time. Like all this work, all this so this is all the background work that needs to be done now in order to start somewhere later once you finish your education. Then, do I have a LinkedIn profile? You can have a LinkedIn profile even if you don't have a job. You can start to look at how people create their LinkedIn profiles. And there's a little in the LinkedIn profile, there's a little profile summary. You can write about, what are the things that you have done, if you don't have to work, like that's called it's like a statement about yourself. So then to have an SPA membership, I think a lot of y'all do have, all of y'all probably have SPA memberships, but so all this needs to be maybe on your resume, like this SPA membership. It makes you stand out from the rest. Sagar, can we go to the next slide? I just want to stress a little more about what LinkedIn can do. It is a portal where you can, one is connect with professionals, but just don't send connect with. Okay, just don't send that. You have to write a little message of why you want to connect with this person. What has that person got to give you in return, or what do you want to take from that person in return? So this is later, when you're job searching in a company, you can already begin, like look for, now probably know the big companies, like the famous MNCs, but there are also smaller organizations which can give you a start, like in the industry. So you look in LinkedIn, for example, you identify professionals in the organization. You send a personal message about, that's what I say, right? Send a personal message about your interest. So there's something called an elevator pitch. I will tell you about later. So in this personal message, you can write about yourself, and this doesn't have to be big. No CV, no resume, nothing. It just has to be 4 lines, and it has to be what you're trying to get from the person. Okay, you're not trying to get a job. So request for an informational interview is not a job. Don't ask for a job. So this informational interview is basically connecting with somebody in order to learn more about what they do in the organization. Now I know everything is online, but sometimes this going online is becoming, it may also become a little easier because first of all, people don't have to travel. A phone call can be scheduled much sooner than an in-person meeting. So these are from LinkedIn, get an informational interview. And you can do it now, even when you are studying. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to complete your degree. Then if you're interested to work in a company, so look for the possible jobs you can apply for at that company. Look for professionals and thoroughly read their profile. Why I'm saying read their profile is you will get an idea of what they do, how they write. Just want to know, do you all know much about LinkedIn? Do you all do some of you all already have an account? Just to know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thanks for that. Just say your name also when you're answering, so that I just have a name at least, if not the face.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Sumedh.
Sumedh, okay. Thank you. That's good that you have a profile. And so these are things you can do. The third, I've learned this later in my career. Okay, I did not know this when I was getting out of when I was in college. I was getting out of college. I've learned it, pretty late. But hiring professionals, hiring managers, they also look for what comments you put on LinkedIn. People write. They write their views. They post articles. I'm not just saying like and comment everything. But if you can do it like or comment to a few, but have some some essence in what you write. It could be one line. It doesn't have to be fancy English, or it doesn't have to be long. You could just like write a line and say, okay, I agree or I disagree, whatever it is. It's about participating and participating in conversations. The other thing is there are also events that which could interest you. For example, these events are right now, they're all, everything is online, everything is, there's a lot of it that can be accessed free. I was reading, actually I had shown my interest in accessing one. It was about I'll tell you, it was about reservoir performance, and it was by one of our seniors itself, a Petrotech student. His name is Vinod Kumar, and he's a professional in Baker Hughes. So just events like this. See, even though I'm not associated with industry, I do try to look out for these little these events or anything that help me stay connected. Does anybody have a question on this till here? And am I making sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
We will give
All
them
right.
a chance
So,
to ask questions in the end again if they have any question.
okay. So, all right, you write down your questions and stuff. No problem. Can we go to the next one, Sagar? All this, I am. This is all something also very new to me, because honestly, I am also doing a job search here, and I'll just put my photo so you can see. Okay, so I'm also doing a job search here, and one of the things a hiring professional will look at, because all they have is your resume, and here in Canada you can't put a photograph. Okay, so on your resume, so all they have is your name and all your accreditations, all your job history and stuff like that. So what they do is they first use that and go to social media websites. They go to Instagram, they go to Facebook, and this is, I'm saying this because I actually know, like I have friends who are HR professionals, and this is what they do. So if there are any, political comments, if there are any, I mean, it can be subtle, but be careful of what you're writing. Be careful of the images that you upload on these social media websites. Be careful of what language you use, because they are watching. They, you know what, they finally want somebody who can be accommodated in their team. And if they don't feel that you're going to be a fit in that, in their organization or in their team, even though you might have a very good education record, or a very good work history, or you may be the president of the SP or whatever. But if you unruly comments on these social media websites, it doesn't help. It doesn't help at all. So just be careful. So now with time and technology, there's also jobs on these portals like Facebook. WhatsApp is a quick and convenient way also of sharing jobs. There's jobs on Instagram also. So if you just look out for these, though you have jobs on the websites, but you'll have to go to each website, right? So here sometimes they just put jobs relevant to your industry on these social media. And why I wrote this last line about just one more thing about be mindful of time zones around the world, because I think I most likely lost 2 opportunities when I was in college because of this time zone. So what happens is, you're right. I think right from Turkey, Europe, and US, and Canada, and even Australia's, New Zealand, all those areas, not the Middle East, all these other places I said, they have daylight saving hours. So, for example, I'll give you, in the Northern Hemisphere, in the month of April, they turn their clocks ahead. Okay, so when they turn it's basically to get more daylight, because there's a lot of, like, the sun is out for a lot of time of the day because of the angle of the axis of the sun. Okay, the axis of the earth and the sun. So what happens is, I had an interview, I had a call in March, and they said, okay, this was for France, and so I think I had an interview on the 20th of March, and they said, okay, your next round of interview is going to be on the 4th of April. And I said, okay. So so I calculated 4 hours between India and France, and this is 2007 or something like that. And I said, okay, so their 3 o'clock was our 7 o'clock, and so I went by that, and so for me, I still have 1 hour to connect with them, and at that time I had no proper internet in the house, so I had to go to they used to have these sitcom cyber cafes to have a Skype call. I'm waiting, and the cyber cafe is very close to my house. Okay, so I would just go maybe 10 minutes before the call, or 15-20 minutes before the call. Now 1 hour before the call, I get a phone call on my mobile, because they're waiting for me on Skype. I'm not on Skype. I'm taken, like, I'm thrown off guard, because I was like, how are they calling me 1 hour early? So I had to take the call, in my building, walking, because no proper range in the house, all this madness. So I never got a call after that. I lost a lovely chance to study. That was basically to enter the French petroleum school. So, and it was just because I was not aware of, because they changed their clocks. So this was on the 4th of April, right? But Europe changed their clocks on the 1st of April. I had no idea. So just things like that. And there was another call I missed. So just similarly, so just be careful of who's calling you, from where, and which time zone are they in. And I'm just saying, you see, I didn't know all these things. I learned them much later. So if you all can learn them earlier, and you are much smarter, it will just help you stay on top. Yeah, so that's about it for this one. We can go to the next. Sagar, you want to go to the next slide? Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, sorry.
No worries. So this is how you prepare yourself, right? So how are you going to stay up to date on industry news and events of, oil industry, right? So now it's been a while. I haven't worked with the oil and gas sector. but I still subscribe and I still get these bulletins and these brochures. To be very honest, I don't read them every day. I mean, they don't come every day. Some come weekly, some come bi-weekly. But at least I know I have this, because anytime I want to just be updated with news from the industry, it helps me. And this is not just to have news. So there is one. So these are all you can just sign in for free, and there's no charge. I'll tell you how this even helped me in an interview. Okay, you can go to the next one, Sagar. So this is one offshore, and the next one. Okay, this is another one. These are ones that I subscribe for and I receive emails from. I find this one, Oil and Gas Journal, a little more easier to access. I'm not very tech savvy, to be honest. I'm bad at it, but this one I find a little easier. So I've highlighted this. So I basically read what interests me. And the upstream industry interests me more than the downstream, because we also study, we do exploration, right? So if there are any new discoveries, so Eni makes light oil discovery offshore Angola. So I would read an article like that. So I choose what is of interest to me, just to be abreast with what is going on in the world. And now when you look for jobs, you also look for jobs. So a lot of jobs are also within India, right? So any new or any articles. So in this, I try to look for an article that shows me more about what is happening in the Indian reservoirs. So this is, so you can find it. You can start being updated. Now, these are all the things that you can do when you are, before you start job searching, like actually job searching, even when you're trying to look for an internship. And so there was a time when I had a break between my first and second job. And when I was being interviewed for this job with Total in Qatar, the HR asked me, so what have you done? Because I was on a break for almost a year and a half. I mean, I did some youth experiences and stuff like that, but I was not working and I was not associated with the industry. And this guy asked me, so what have you done in this 1.5 year to stay connected? Fortunately, I used to have these oil and gas journals. I used to get now you don't get hard copies anymore. But when I was with Baker Hughes, I had subscribed for this hard copy called, I think it was Rig Zone. And I used to get it at home. I tell him that I consistently get updated and happy with my answer. And so it's just something to have to prepare yourself to be a better candidate. How are you going to stand out? Okay, so yeah, that's just about it, this one. Can you go to the next slide, please? Oh, I don't know what I did. Oh, I just saw the chat. Never mind. So, yeah, this is just one more point about spell checks. I use them all the time because, and I recommend ensuring that you read what you write. Okay. And now, since everything is moved online, there's no more paper. There is all your assignments are sent via email, right, to your professors for them to check. So when you're writing assignments, don't just attach the file and write and what FYI. No, that is not how. That's not presentable. Rather, you could. It's always preferable to be precise in your email and in the subject. Write the topic and then just write, "Hello, sir. This is my assignment for this week," or whatever date is given for the assignment. Please see attached. 2 lines. It doesn't take much time, but that is something that is required, and that's something that makes it pleasing for the professor to read. Because otherwise it's like, oh, another assignment's come. But let them see something. Let them see something written. So this, and especially when you're, you're writing to professionals. Now, this is an example I just gave of a job application, but it could be for an informational interview. Or make sure you use spell check. I'm sure a lot of you do already, but I don't know. I just felt I should stress on it. Like there's a lot of error in this line, but spell check always helps. I think that's about it for this one. Can go to the next one. Okay, so this. So the thing is, we apply for many jobs, right? And how do you manage your job applications? You apply for a job. If you don't have a record, somebody replies back, and you're like, "Arey, ye kaun sa job tha?" And you're like, and then in the rush, you might even reply wrong. Okay, so this is a free board where you can use. It's called Trello, and if you want, I can. Let me see. I hope it does not stop again, like this, stall again. I'm going to try sharing my screen to actually show you.
I think I will have to stop sharing mine.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, no. It's going well.
Okay.
Is this your presentation right now?
Yeah, but I don't want to share this one.
So I'll
stop sharing. 1 second.
You want me to stop?
Yeah, I can just. But I think this is me.
Yes,
okay, wait. I also stopped sharing. So have you stopped sharing, Sagar?
No. You share what you wanted to share. Then again, we go back to the same presentation.
Okay. I need to get to that page. One second. How am I going to? I don't want to share a PPT, but I want to share a link.
Video?
So no, not yet. Do I do Chrome tab?
Yes, you can do.
Oh, got it.
You can share entire screen. That will also do.
Okay. Now I just wanted to share this. So this is something I'm personally using because I'm also job searching here in Canada, and I'm trying to get. I'm trying to move out of what I'm doing, but with time. So, for example, I'll just show you these boards. It's free to sign in. It's easy, and you can create these tabs yourself. Okay. So, for example, if you because you might connect with many people on LinkedIn and you have no record. So what you can do is here, you can create a networking connections, for example, and then write here about who you want. And it's basically cards, okay? They're basically cards. So for example, this one has 1, 2, 3. The next one is any job opportunities you've applied for, any applications you've submitted, any interviews you've prepared for, and all the declined applications. So you see how many applications I got declined? Many. All of my applications are declined. So, I mean, and it's easy just to add another board. Okay, so just add, like you can write. And then you can add, say, just writing, okay? And then whatever you want to write on it, you can add. I just want to take this out now. Well, I don't know how to take it out right now. Anyway, so I found this very useful. I used to do a lot of Excel, like try to manage applications on Excel, but oh, sorry. Let me stop sharing. Okay, Sagar, you can continue sharing. So that's why I just wanted to show you how you can manage even your assignments. If there are too many, you can't keep track. This is some place. I'm telling you all this I learned now, but they are useful tools and yeah, just easier ways to manage what you are doing. Yes, Sagar, we can go to the next one. Are you all getting bored? Well, okay. Hey, nobody said if you all are getting bored or not.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Alrighty. Okay, so finally we've come to. So this is something where you can speak about yourself, and they're always. It's always called something, right? So this is elevator pitch, okay? But it is so concise. It's 30 seconds, and it's a question where you're asked in any interview, tell me about yourself. It's one, and it just makes you nervous because interviews are not the best. Because some of you are very good, some of you find it easy. I prefer. I don't prefer interviews, but then we all have to give interviews, and honestly, only practice helps getting to successful interviews. So there's something known as an elevator pitch, where you say it's basically 4 lines, but you have to say it like in 30 seconds. So there's a 30 to 50 second window, but the ideal is supposed to be 30 seconds. So who you are and what you've been doing, what makes you unique, what's your goal, and what's your action, like what you're trying to do, like what's your call to action. So this video actually has I would like to show it to you, and then we can do something. So there is 3 people, and that's what they say. You have to tweak, like fine tune your elevator pitch based on who you're talking to. If it's HR, then you can use all those fancy jargons. If it's an employer of a target company, it's not the hiring manager, but somebody you found on LinkedIn, or friend, I mean, parents, friend, or whatever. And then you want to tell him about yourself, because you're going to ask, tell me about yourself. And the third one, third one is just a general, just to try to build network, because building network is something uh, that also helps you secure jobs. There is a story I have to tell you about how a student built network on LinkedIn, and it was not easy. He tried for. It's an ex-student of ours. It's a Petrotech itself, who has got into data science now. So moved from the oil industry, like from core technical expertise, like an LWD engineer, to a data scientist. But it's not easy to get messages. So as I spoke with him, just write to one who reciprocated, and then they stayed in touch. And he finally, when there was an opportunity in his organization, he got the job. So he had to apply, and then he got the job. So LinkedIn, like connecting with people, writing messages. I don't want to say that because connecting is very easy to press a button, but like sincerely trying will help get you somewhere. Okay, so back to the elevator pitch. I just want to say what you're doing, what makes you unique, your goal, and your call to action. So there are three scenarios, as you see here: human resources, employer of a target company, and acquaintance and general network. I just like to make you hear it, and then we'll do something. But how are you going to? Can you hear, Sagar, if I play this? Hello? Can you hear it? Will you be able to hear it if I play this?
Yes, we can. Or do you want me to play it for you? I have the link. Is it the same link as in the presentation?
Yeah. So are you sharing right now?
Yes,
You
I'm
are.
sharing. Just give me a minute.
Okay, so go to 0.58 seconds.
Okay. Is it there on the screen?
Yes. I'll tell you when to stop as well, okay? But we can't hear. Sagar, we can't hear, but...
Okay.
Did you hear when I tried to play it?
No. I'll try one more time,
Oh.
and then if not, you can share it.
No problem.
The volume is on. I don't know what is the problem. I'll play from
Just
the
play it.
beginning. That's it.
No.
Sir, while sharing, you have to select share with audio option.
Oh.
Okay. Share with audio.
Yes, sir.
Where is
Yes,
it?
sir.
Yeah, it's on the share window. When we select the tab now which we want to share, below that.
Oh, there, that little
Ah,
box.
right.
Recruiter for a company you'd like to work for. These people are very much involved with the hiring process, so you can be direct. As you'll recall from my video on how to make an elevator pitch, your pitch should be structured like this. Number one, who you are and what you've been doing lately. Number two, what makes you unique. Number three, your goal. And number four, your call to action. Number one. My name's Tony Thompson, and I've been a member of the Finance Club at Super Sweet University for 2 years. I'm currently running this year's stock pitch competition. I'm at my best when I need to solve a complex problem by analyzing and focusing on the most important information. I want to land a spot in the Investment Banking Analyst Summer Internship Program at JP Morgan this summer. Here's a copy of my resume. What type of candidate are you looking for? This example is a great way to start off a constructive conversation about yourself and the company. For me, the shorter you can make an elevator pitch, the better. This example is concise, informative, and most importantly, conversational. Now you just have to close on getting an interview. Another common situation is speaking with an employee of a company you'd like to work for. This person can usually put you in contact with someone in HR or a recruiter, but engaging them directly about the hiring process might not be productive. Hi, my name's Andy Anderson, and I'm a senior at Awesome College. I interned at XYZ Marketing Company last year, and I learned a great deal about social media advertising and branding. Over the last 3 months, I've helped the campus coffee shop increase their sales by 20% through my social media marketing campaign. I'm focused on getting the digital marketing analyst position at Amazing Media after I graduate. Here's my card. Who would you recommend I speak with at Amazing Media to learn more about the opportunity? With this approach, they understand who you are, what you're interested in, and that you can produce results. It's unlikely they'll have any reservations about putting you in touch with the right person. At times, you'll find yourself at an event, and during casual conversation, someone will ask you about your career plans. Classic, right? You might not know much about the person. They could be involved in the industry you're looking to break into or not. Either way, here's a good approach to leverage that situation to advance your interests. My name's Joe Jacobs, and I'm a junior at Really Cool College. Right now, we're learning how to use advanced analytics in the sales process. In our sales competition last month, I was the highest selling student by over 20%, and I used advanced analytics to help achieve that result. My goal is to become a commercial salesperson at Bridgestone after I graduate. Do you know anyone at Bridgestone or in the tire industry that I can connect with? Not everyone will be able to help you, but if they can, hand them your business card so you can get connected. This is the perfect way to turn small talk into a potential career opportunity. Get a business card with your contact information on it. Yes, even if you're a student. It's much easier in informal situations to use that rather than whipping out your resume. Remember to read the situation and be prepared to change your approach if necessary. If your interaction has to be brief,
Sagar, you can stop the video.
business card so you can connect it.
Okay.
I'll share the presentation again. Or is it
Yeah.
over?
I just wanted. No problem. So when this guy speaks, he's a finance student. So those words went a little above my head as well. But this is basically how you can pitch yourself, showcase yourself. 4 lines. For example, I can just give you an elevator pitch of what could be when I was just like in college, or I'm just starting to look for jobs. Hi, I'm Ashma, and I'm currently pursuing my second year master's in petroleum technology. I am a member of the SPE, and I'm as well on the organizing committee as well for events that we organize at our institute. I'm looking to see if there is any opportunity or any way I can learn and be associated with your organization. I could send you a copy of my resume if that could be of interest to you. Just these 4 lines in 30 seconds. But you have to polish it, you have to refine it, you have to practice it. So, Sagar, can you just go down? I just want to see what else is left. It's nothing much. Just the next slide. Just want to see one. Oh, I can actually see on my computer. 1 minute. Okay. Sagar, what do you think about breaking? You can go back to that slide. Sagar, you can go back to the
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. So should we do the exercise now?
Yes.
Do you think we have time?
Yes, we can do it. We have time. Time is no issue. It is up to the willingness of the students.
I know. Yeah. So, guys, if possible, okay, now what we can do is break out.
What's the idea that you have? And let us see what is their reaction. If they're ready to go with it, then we can continue.
Sure.
Time is not an issue.
Sure. Okay. So I thought this is a good chance to give you 10 minutes, exactly 10 minutes, to prepare a 30 seconds speech, a 30 seconds answer to tell me about yourself. So you have these 4 lines, 4 questions. Who are you and what you're doing? What makes you unique? Your goal and your call to action. Your call to action is what are you trying to do? Like, are you trying to give a resume? Are you trying to get a job? What is it? Are you trying to get to know somebody? What do you all think about taking this 10 minutes to prepare a 30 second speech, elevator pitch? You can just write in the chat box also if yes, no, and then you can go from there. I would really like it if y'all can participate.
I feel this is the best opportunity for them. Let there be mistakes, it's okay. But this is a good chance.
Yes, ma'am.
I think your sentence is not 10 minutes starting now to prepare your elevator pitch. It could be for an internship, it could be to know more, whatever it is. So has everybody understood how you can start, like how you can try to put an elevator pitch together?
Please raise your hand. You have an option here in this Jitsi Meet. If you raise your hand, we'll come to know if you guys are interested. Or just put a message in the chat box. Okay,
Abhishek, you would like to speak? Abhishek, like to speak is raise a hand. Okay, sounds good. Okay. Okay.
We can take a 10 minutes this thing.
Sure. Okay.
So
from time. Now it's 6:06 on my clock. So I don't know what time it is there. It's 3:35, I guess, right? Yeah. Okay. So till 15:46. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
and we come back.
Yes. Yes. We will stay connected. We can start again at 15:46.
Sure. Guys, I'll give you all 1 minute more, if that's okay, and then we can resume.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, I think we can start, right?
Yes, yes.
Guys, this is going to be a first. So there is going to be a lot of there's going to be errors. There's going to be a lot of so it's okay, but I would really like to hear you. It's okay even if you don't have a comfort level speaking English. It's okay. There always has to be a start. There will be no criticism, but if you all can give some examples of the pitches you've prepared, I would be really happy. I'm sure Sagar also would be really happy to hear. If it's possible, no pressure, put on your video so that at least I see who I'm listening to. Okay? Who would like to begin?
Ma'am, can I? Abhishek.
Sure. You want to turn on your video, Abhishek?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, is it on?
It is.
Okay.
My face is on top of
Hello, I am
okay.
Abhishek Gadi and I am currently pursuing my master's degree in petroleum technology from Navrojji Wadia College, Pune. I am a SPA member. I have my SPA membership and I am SP core member. I am also good in my academics also. I would like to study the unconventional resources in India in next few years and their development also. I can share my resume and some paperwork if needed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry I forgot your name already because I was listening to your pitch. Abhishek. Thank you, Abhishek. It was really nice. Anybody else? I saw somebody's video. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can I give?
Sure. You can turn your video on if you like. Okay.
Okay. So, good morning, ma'am. I'm Shubhankar Gajul, currently in the last year of my post graduation. And being raised in the tech generation, I'm very adaptable to new and evolving technologies and hence the challenging environment. I would like to join an organization where I can implement my intellect and hence mutual benefit can be achieved. Here is my resume in case of future references.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Anybody else?
Hello, madam.
Hi, hello.
This is Amir. Okay, my name is Amid Masri and I am attending my first year as a master studies at Navrojji Wadia College in the field of petroleum technology. I am currently running as a chairperson membership at the SPE community. Also, I can find myself doing great whenever I am under some circumstances, such as interpreting and analyzing maps. I am really willing to be a good contribute at your institute for continuing my PhD program. And here's a copy of my CV.
Thank you, Hamid. Anybody else? It can even be TYBSc or anybody. Just talking about yourself with your goal. Yeah, I thought there were more people who wanted to speak.
Pushpak, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. I am Pushpak. I am pursuing my second year MSc from Nehru Jivadia College in Petroleum Technology. Also, I am working as a business development officer and inspections UAV pilot. I am good at solving problems or complex problems by analyzing them. And currently, I want to be an inspection professional in the industry. If do you know someone, you can suggest their profiles. Thank you.
Thank you, Pushpak. Who's the second guy who spoke? I forgot I don't have his name. I got Abhijit, I got Hamid, I got Pushpak. The second guy who spoke?
Shubham, Shubhankar Gajul.
Shubham. Okay. Anybody else? Guys, this is a really great opportunity to, it's your first time, I mean, even if it's not, if you've done this before, but
No, this
it's
is
a great...
the first time they have got this opportunity.
Okay.
And, we have many bright people. I don't know why they're not turning up.
Guys, you have to speak, yeah. Come on.
Karminder and Abhijit, we have to volunteers now. Karminder, you can go ahead if you want.
Hello, ma'am.
Prajwal, it is.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Prajwal, currently pursuing my MSc in Petroleum Technology from Navroji Vadia College, Pune. I'm a president at SP Navroji Vadia College chapter. I have got a good management skills. Also, during recent time, I have gained experience about conducting various programs along with my team. If given opportunity, looking for an internship on field currently. Here is my resume in case if needed. Thank you.
Thank you, Prajwal. Thank you so much.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Karminder.
Hello, I am Karminder Kaur. I am pursuing my MSc in Petroleum Technology. Currently, I am in my second year and I have been class representative as well. So it has inculcated the quality of coordination in me. I am also a member of SPE and have been holding a position of core team member as program chairperson of our student chapter. So I now am looking for opportunity for the internships. So here is my resume for future reference.
Thank you, Karminder. I appreciate it, guys, for the ones who've spoken, and I hope everybody has at least noted down what they want to say. Yes, Abhijit.
Yeah, hi there, ma'am. So,
Hi.
my name is Abhijit Shaji, and I'm a recent pass out of MSc Petroleum Technology course. And during my tenure as chapter secretary at SPE, I had fostered my committee to different fest and competitions, thereby leading uh, my college chapter to new heights. And currently, I've joined Jindal Drilling as training mud logger, and my next goal is to become confirmed mud logger. So, yeah, that's it as my introduction. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhijit. Appreciate it. Anybody else speaking up? Yes, Sumit. We can't hear you, Sumit.
Unmute yourself.
Now.
You're on mute.
What happened, Sumit? You want to try again? You're still on mute. Okay, we'll come back to you. We try to figure that out. And I think Prasad wanted to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Myself, Prasad Vishnu Dule. Currently, I'm pursuing MSc Petrotech second year in Nauroji Wadia College. I'm a SP member, and I was also good in academics throughout my education. I have a certified course in Advanced Excel, and I'm currently looking for some internship on field work. So, if you find me suitable candidate, here is my CV for future reference. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Prasad.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible now?
I don't know who's speaking. Yes, you are.
Okay. So, yeah. Hello, ma'am. I'm Sumed, currently pursuing my master's in petroleum technology from Nauroji Wadia College. And I'm a good listener, and along with it, I'm good with technology. And right now, my goal is to expand my experience by any means. And in future, I would like to work as a industry professional. And I'm sharing my CV with you for future references.
Anybody else would like to say? Guys, you all are much better at me than this. My husband already said I gave a pathetic elevator pitch. So I'm sure you'll are much better. I see so many people on the screen. Okay, Sagar, should we move on?
Yes. I think we had
Okay.
a good number.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. I just want to, this is positive criticism. It's all a learning, but I think when you say something, like for example, I feel like if I've not missed anybody, to more specific about their skills. Like there was Excel, somebody was good in advanced Excel, and there was somebody good in maps, reading maps. So that gives the listener something precise and specific to digest about the person he's being, or who's introducing himself. So when you say that you are good with technology, I think you will need to be a little more precise. Do you know any computer language? Do you have any linguistic skills? Like any, do you know a language like French, Arabic, anything different from what the others have? Even if you're starting, you can also say that I'm studying. I'm currently pursuing my second year, first year. These are the subjects I have, but this is the subject that is of keen interest to me. Take out one subject which is of keen interest to me. I would like to learn more, and I would like to grow my skill sets in order to be able to get that job or work in that field. That's also a way of asking how you can better yourself. And this is all now, right? You can do it now. I better my skill set. Each of you are SPA members. They would like to see that. They would like to see something different that you're doing, but also a little more precise on what you can bring to the table. All right. Okay. So, Sagar, I just want to go in the next 1 minute on the next 2 slides. If you can just share. So we're done with this. We just go to the next. It's something that I already said. So I have been speaking to professionals in the industry, and what they want is, if you see the last line, it says knowledge of petroleum technology plus some computer knowledge or linguistic skills makes you stand out. Because right now, data science or data analytics is something that's really picking up. I know it's not for everybody, but if you can, and if you can take up short courses to better yourself at these computer languages, it's beneficial. Because what is data science or data analytics is being able to collect, or not being able to study and analyze larger volumes of data and make sense of them. Okay, this is also a way to identify reserves and reservoirs which were not identifiable in the past. One thing I forgot to mention here is even advanced Excel. There are many courses on YouTube. I know it's boring to try to figure out things using by yourself on YouTube, but that's available, and if you can do it, it will be great. Even this app called Duolingo. So a lot of you also get called to work in the Middle East. So just having even the basics of Arabic, I think, could make you stand apart from the others. So Duolingo is an app that you can use to study basics, listen. It's listening, and you can go to advanced levels. It's just an app on the phone. Many people use it for Spanish, for French, for German, whatever. So it's something that you can use. And the last slide, Sagar, you can go to the last slide. Okay, so this one, I just want to say that this is an added slide I felt I should put. It's when you're on a job or when you're doing a task. This is something that helped me, so I want to pass it on. I would take notes. I had a pocket diary, even when learning a language in a place where I did not speak the language at all, but I had to. I had a pocket diary. I would take down notes of when I used to go to the warehouse in Bombay, Baker Hughes. It just take down notes of whatever a supervisor is saying. He's not asking you to take down notes, but you take the initiative, refer to them and revise, like go through them. So, and during days off, this is when I was working as an LWD engineer, and it's not only me, but it was my colleagues as well, who I thought were very, very good at their jobs. Those guys used to, on their days off, in the initial days, okay, you're resting, you're doing whatever you want to do. But in the last 5 or 6 days before going back to the rigs, they would revise their stuff. They would revise what they need to do when they go on the job. Because, 28 days if you sit at home, you forget what you did. And in order to be proactive and to be at it, it's always better to revise before you get onto the job. I know you're not getting paid for those days, but it's something that we can do to keep up to it. And just one thing that an HR just told me, and it struck me, and it stayed with me, is when you're in a problem, don't approach your team lead only with the problem. Approach your team lead with the problem, but with a probable solution. It's probably that the solution that you have is not going to work, but at least you're trying to make your mind work and be creative. So this is all that I wanted to say, and thank you so much for listening to a long session. I am open to answering any questions that you have. Is there a question in the chat box? I can see one, but I can't see any.
Yes, there are 2 questions.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a good interactive session. And now we are moving to the question answer session.
All right.
So the first question is from Amit, and he's saying, wondering about not having accounts on such platforms as Facebook or Instagram. How does it affect our evaluations?
Amit, to be very honest, I think it's totally fine that you do not have these accounts, but just make sure at least you have a LinkedIn account. These social media accounts, they're not necessary to have, so it does not affect evaluation as long as you have maybe a LinkedIn account, and there you have to be very professional on your LinkedIn account. It's nice to have a picture so that people see you, and they are able to put a name to your face. So I don't think it should make a difference. But if you're having these accounts, make sure there's nothing that is unpleasant to read or see. I hope that answers your question, Amit.
Yes, madam. Thank
you, ma'am.
All right.
Ma'am, second question is from Sumit.
Okay.
Could you please share some tips about how to tackle nervousness before interviews?
Okay, before interviews, right? I'm still very nervous at interviews. I hate interviews. But it is good to have mock interviews from friends. Now, or, not even friends, even if you can have it with a professor, because see, a professor is somebody you're not going to be very comfortable with, right? So that environment is already created of not being comfortable. So that is already giving you some practice of preparing for interviews. The second thing is, see, what happens with friends is the friends nod their heads or whatever. It becomes I feel it becomes less professional, but or look for an uncle or like somebody, even if not the professors, but somebody maybe older to you, or an ex-student, a senior, like you can get hold of such people, and only practice makes you successful at interviews. Also, look in the mirror when you're saying things, just to see your body language, just to see how you are. Also, one thing, when you're at an interview, when you actually meet, now it's all COVID, everything is virtual, but when you actually meet somebody for an interview, make sure your handshake is a very firm one. It should not be light. Okay, they don't like that, but a very firm one, and you're looking into their eyes. Like, these are very important things. So I think, yeah, having mock interviews with people and looking into the mirror. All right, Sumit?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. What should my CV
Thank you, ma'am.
contain? Abhishek, what should my CV contain? So this is going to be a very different and a long session, but it just one line on top, or no, not even a line, like a 2-3 points on your profile. Your right on top of your CV has to be your goal, and what anything that you different that you bring to the to the job or to the organization that you're applying to. I could send you a format, but yeah, this will be like a long session. But it has to have a top section, just a summary of what you are. It could be your elevator pitch.
We had one session on this.
Okay.
By Mr. Rahul Day. So he spoke at length on this topic.
Okay.
I'm not sure whether everybody listened to him carefully, but he spoke a lot about what should be there in the CV and what we can avoid.
Yeah.
It has been covered actually.
No problem. But if you want a refresher
Yes.
or
That
whatever,
will
I
be
can
great if you could share something.
Okay. Let me see. I don't have anything right now in mind, but I have to think about it. Okay. Rahul, what should be our first step when we finish our masters, and how should we approach to different companies? Rahul, one of the other things you could do is you could there's something known as a cover letter. It's a task to write it, but just showing your interest in why you really want to join that company, why you really want that job. What have you done? It could be like, what have you done different or outside of college that could add value to the role that you're applying to, like problem solving, anything. So that is in a cover letter. I think your first step also should be to start connecting with people on LinkedIn. At least start to get familiar with LinkedIn, because a lot is moving towards LinkedIn. And so that's how you approach different companies, right? You'll search on LinkedIn for professionals in the organization and write a message of what you want and why you're interested in them. If that's okay, Rahul. Then there's Prajwal, who's asking, other than LinkedIn, are there any other platforms we should be aware about with respect to a job? There are my husband is prompting. There are job alerts of the company, but so what happens is when you log into a company, you can apply. I mean, you can subscribe for those job alerts. So you have to go into each company that you are interested in. So I suggest, as a homework, if you all can write down a list of 5 very famous companies that you would like to work for, and 10 other not so famous companies that you could work for. Okay, so a total of 15 companies, and I'm sure there would be, like, write down a list of these companies and then start researching on them. Oh, there's even Glassdoor in India. Yeah, there is. I mean, I never used it, but I here I've been using Glassdoor. Yeah, there's something called Indeed here in Canada. I don't think they have it in India. Indeed, they have. Oh, shit. Okay, okay, they have Indeed as well. I'll just write it. Oh yeah, Naukri.com. But
Pushpak wants to speak something.
oh yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. I have one question. So, my personal experience. I have a break in my education right now for 1 year gap in my master's. And in this period, I am working totally in another industry. It's being a UAE pilot and working in inspections. And how is this going to affect me when I will complete my master's and go for an interview in industry?
Very good question. Pushkar? No, I got the name wrong. Sorry, man. I'm
Yes,
really
yes.
bad with name. Okay, Pushkar. Pushkar, whatever you're doing, irrespective of whether associated or not, adds value to yourself and to your resume. So there are skills I'm sure that you are learning in your job which can be transferred to how you would perform or what would be required in your petroleum jobs. Okay, so these are called transferable skills. Spelling mistake. Anyway, what happened here? Okay, so these are called transferable skills, and like writing a CV also is another session, but there are skills which you're learning here which can be transferred to what you are doing or what you want to do in the future. Sounds good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I mean, you can write me. I can ask you and elaborate a little more if you need, for sure. Hello, ma'am. Other than LWM, what other options does the mudlogger have, or what all options? So as I was saying, Abhijit, there are data entry jobs which are not just data entry. There's data quality jobs. There is data scientist jobs. But yes, you do need to have, for these data scientist jobs and all, you do need to have some computer skills. There's also real-time operations where you're okay with just the petroleum knowledge you have. There is as well real-time data monitoring. There's one thing I wanted to mention. The best place to learn the oil industry and the functions of the upstream oil industry is mudlogging, because as a mudlogger, you study. I mean, you're there right from the initiation, exploration up to the completion, and it's the best. I never worked as it. I feel like I miss something there, but it's the best place. So if you can start like that, even as a sample catcher, even as sometimes volunteering, I know it's tough. Okay, sometimes it's really tough, but it's something you can do. But there are other options as well, as Sagar also wrote. Can we have some self-taught courses and still put them in our CV? Of course, you can put. See, there's so many courses now online that you can put that you've completed. I mean, you can do them online and then mention on your resume that you've completed them. All this adds value to your resume. And make sure they're highlighted in your CV.
I think it's better to stop now because you are also tired. You got up at 3:30 in the morning.
That's fine. That's fine. But
So,
I'm okay. Is there any more questions? That's fine. Abhijit, like for more options, I would suggest you go to the company's website to see, or even on LinkedIn. If you go and see, you just put the name of the organization, and you'll get a list of people who work there. You just start to read their profiles, so you'll also come to know what are the different types of jobs that they're doing, and so in that way you'll come to know different options. Sounds good? Alrighty. Okay. Guys, I hope you remember at least 5% of the blah 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 for 1 hour, 1.5 hour, almost 2 hours now. But I really enjoyed being a part of it, and I really want to thank Sagar for asking me, for giving me this chance to come and share with you all whatever I've gained in the recent past, because I was a dud before. But
it's our privilege to have you.
I feel so good to be part of the team again. Yeah.
Hopefully, we can do more sessions, technical also, if you agree.
The thing is, I just say I've been out of the technical field like for a while, so I don't want to say anything that's outdated. But
Basics remains the same.
anywhere, I know, but you know what? I have so much gray hair behind this cap, behind this ear cover that I forgotten all of it.
That's the reason I'm asking you.
Okay, we'll talk about it. We'll see. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the session, and do like when you talk about it, you'll remember it more. Even if you take 5%, I'll be good. I'll be glad. Thanks so much. Oh, and if you have any questions, you could email me. I can give you my email ID. And these are questions about about the tools and the preparedness you can have. I will not be able to help you with any kind of jobs because I am not associated with the industry now. But any tips on resume, on elevator pitch, for example, I can help you with those. How can one apply to work for a space agency as a planetary scientist, geologist, spaces agencies such as SpaceX, JavaX, working on Mars exploration right now?
Okay, with reference to that, ma'am, do you remember Ritesh Soni, one of our students?
Yeah, no, Sony, I don't know, but Ritesh, I know. I don't know if his surname is Sony, but
Ritesh Soni.
Oh, Ridesh, okay.
He's currently working with ISRO.
Oh,
He's in
really?
Dubai. Yes. So I think this is a technical question. So I can connect this student with him. He'll be the correct person to answer, I guess.
Yeah, really. Wow, that's nice to know.
But I'm in touch with him. I'm planning to keep on session on,
That's nice.
on how he got into ISRO.
Yeah, after doing Petrotech, no?
Yes. It will be a great learning for us also.
Okay, yeah.
and he's on this thing, the team which is planning this moon, or which I don't know, something.
Expedition.
Yes.
Okay, sounds good.
So
I just want to
Shreyansh,
highlight that
with that
that day
person.
I attended. Okay,
Yes,
that
ma'am,
day I
please.
attended the session of the SP poster, whatever the prize distribution, and I did take from there that it was positive criticism, positive feedback from the judges that there has to be something more creative. So sometimes with more reading, with knowing more, your mind starts to uh, branch out and collect creative ideas. So that's a way in which you can build on your creativity. They say cooking helps build creativity. I'm bad at cooking, so but that's a way. Yeah, my husband's a much better cooker. Anything he makes is very tasty. So yeah, just also building on creativity skills, reading, trying to do odd jobs like just things that you can do, like fixing things that are broken in your house. It's just making you a better person, like a whole complete person.
Street smartness.
Okay, madam. If you now allow me all to give a vote of thanks, my first and foremost, on behalf of the Naurazi Wadia College SPE student chapter, I take the opportunity to put all my gratitude in words. I would like to thank our speaker, Mrs. Ashma Saldanha, who has taken out valuable time from her busy schedule to share a vast knowledge. Madam, your talk were very informative, which kindled a renewed enthusiasm in us. On behalf of the entire SPE group, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude for your presence and inspiring words. I also thank our head of department, Dr. Sanjida Khan, for her cooperation. Finally, I would like to thank the students who have been a very encouraging and attentive audience. You may leave the session now, and please stay safe. Thank you all.
Thank you all. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am.